And Katie, talk to us about how you and the mostly women who mobilized this campaign. It's the middle of the summer. They called it quickly. It was a Republican legislature, assuming that they could find people, being asleep and not coming out to the polls.
We were not asleep, and we are so hopeful today in Ohio. Andrea, people were setting off fireworks in some neighborhoods last night, just exuberant about these results. And the way we did it is we organized, and this started back in March when we knew that this special election was a possibility, but not a certainty. And it started then because we needed to collect signatures to put reproductive freedom on the ballot in November. And Red, White, and Blue was a part of the coalition that collected over 710,000 signatures to do that. That meant we were talking to a lot of voters every single day. And every single voter, we said, you're signing this to put this on the ballot. But something else we need to do in the meantime is vote no on August 8th. And people listened and they repeated it back to us. So we did it by organizing. We were incredibly motivated to protect our democracy, to stand up for our state and our ability to have a voice here, and yes, to protect reproductive freedom. And you saw that in the results, the enormous turnout. We see swings in some of these suburban counties based on how much they went for J.D. Vance, the Republican, in last year's U.S. Senate race, comparing to the margin by which they voted no. We're seeing swings of up to 25 points, which actually makes sense when you look at that win margin of 14 points in a state that Trump won by 8. So I think Republicans are being sent a big message here. And guess what? It's not just about Trump. It's about the extremism that they are trying to sell, and people don't want it. And they can't just hide behind Trump because they did this all by themselves.
How do you keep this momentum going into November?
We are just so excited that we finally get to vote yes now. We didn't want to have this special election. This was forced on us by our Republican supermajority state legislature. They charged us as taxpayers close to $20 million to hold the election. We wanted to be organizing for reproductive freedom in November, but I think that this all is going to backfire on them because during this election process, we were talking about reproductive freedom. We talked about how you've got to vote no in August before you can vote yes in November. So we have been out there organizing friend to friend among family members, and we're just going to keep on rolling. There's so much momentum now. People are so excited. We have so much confidence going forward, but we also know, because Republicans are saying it very loudly, I don't get why they don't take a lesson here, but they're doubling down. And so we know that we've got our work cut out for us. We saw the disinformation and how bad it got here in the lead up to yesterday's vote. We expect for that to continue and ramp up once again. So we're ready to work, and we are excited to finally get to say yes to reproductive freedom in Ohio.